Hi, it's Tuesday, March 26th, and I just wanted to come on and address a few concerns and talk to you guys about your next essay, the Take a Stand essay. So, before we talk about the essay, I want to address a few things that you guys have either emailed me or texted me about. The first is the essay that you just turned in, your summary and response essay. I have received them for the most part, and I've graded them for the most part. You will all have a grade back by Friday for those. And they'll have comments online. Whenever I turn it back to you, it'll have online comments that you can view rather than handwritten comments. So you can expect those back on Friday. The next thing on my list is, once again, the discussion board posts, guys, are super important because that's how I'm counting you as present for that day's attendance. So if you're getting a notification on your email from Gaston College saying that you were absent from my class on a certain day, it's more than likely because you either didn't participate in the discussion board for that day or you didn't respond to two of your peers. What not only is the discussion post that you create part of attendance, but also responding to at least two of your classmates is part of the attendance as well. So if you don't do both parts, I can't give you credit for being in class that day. But good news, like I told you, everything is still open. You can still go back to it. The first one we had was about our first day of class online, and it just asked you how you felt about moving to an online format. Most of you didn't feel great about it. You didn't sign up for an online class, so I completely understand. And especially with English, it's a lot easier sometimes to be face to face with the teacher, to be able to ask questions, to be able to practice together. And I get that sometimes moving to an online format is rough, and I want to know that. So that's why I asked you that question. So make sure you go in and answer that, and then it just asks you how you're feeling about the situation today in the world. And there's no right or wrong answer. And then go make sure you respond to two of your peers. And as long as you do that, you'll get full credit for being in attendance for that day. All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was our next paper that's coming up. So this is our Take a Stand essay that we have talked about in class. I'm going to go into detail. I will be posting the Word document that has this information underneath not only the assignments tab, but I'll make an announcement that will have most of this information on it as well. I wanted to make a video talking about it because some people are visual learners, some people are audio learners, some people are better, reading it themselves, which is why I'll post the document as well. So, taking a stand, this is the time for you guys to argue a little bit. You're going to do some research on something that matters to you, and you guys are going to literally take a stand on it verbally. So I have this rubric and essay assignment here. Again, I'm going to post this, but I wanted to go over it with you guys. And if you have any questions, please make sure to reach out and email me. I'm available anytime. You guys know that. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, so a quick overview of this essay. It says the argumentative essays differ from narrative, expository, or analytical essays. We've done a little bit of all of those. Fundamentally, in that you're writing to take a stand, to persuade your audience to accept a particular position, or to convince your audience of a particular argument. Although in previous essay genres, you're also making a point, the emphasis in argumentative essays is to make and prove an argument with convincing evidence and sound logical reasoning. The purposes and requirements for this essay, therefore, are a little bit different from those of the previous essays that we've done in this class. So, just some objectives. Through this paper, you're going to be able to construct an argument using various methods of argumentation. You'll be able to gather, summarize, and explain information from different sources, and the number of sources we're going to talk about here in just a couple minutes. You're going to be able to produce coherent, organized, and readable writing. You'll be able to engage in writing as a process. That includes brainstorming, which you guys have hopefully already done a little bit of, developing a thesis statement, which will be one of our discussion board activities, drafting, revising, editing, and proofreading. We're going to respond to classmates' writing, just like we have with the other essays. We're going to do peer reviews, which again we'll talk about in just a few minutes. You're going to respond to your classmates' response and learn how to incorporate your classmates' suggestions into your writing, which we've also worked a little bit with on our other essays. And you're going to use grammatical, stylistic, and mechanical formats and conventions appropriate for different audiences and writing situations. So, guys, the topic is up to you for this essay, but there are a few ways if you're having trouble picking out a topic. Some of you already know it, but if you don't, a few ways to help you decide on one. An appropriate topic for this type of essay should be one that interests you, should be one that is neither too broad nor too narrow, and it should be something that is open to controversy, which means it needs to be, it needs to have two different sides, so two differing schools of thought on the issue. So, for the reason why we want to make sure the topic interests you is because it needs to be something that you feel strongly about, something that's like really close to your heart. If it's an argument that affects you and that you have personal experience about, it usually shows. It will be easier for you to build your paper around it if you have personal experience with the topic, itself. So pick something that means something to you, not just some random arbitrary topic. For making sure that your topic is neither too broad nor too narrow, you need to just think about the issue itself. So a topic like a presidential campaign might be too big for you to handle in a few pages, but the use of scare tactics in presidential campaign ads might be easier to handle. In a similar way, advertising sounds vague and broad, while something like truth in advertising is more focused. On the other hand, too narrow topics are those that deal with trivial topics that your readers are not likely to be interested in. So it doesn't need to be a topic that is deemed basically by society to be important. Make sure that your topic is controversial. So a controversial topic is one that people have differing opinions on. For example, the illegitimacy of thefts is not a controversial topic, while the appropriate punishment for first-time theft offenders is a more controversial one. Similarly, the harmful effects of smoking is not really a topic of controversy because everyone knows that smoking cigarettes are harmful, but heavy taxation on cigarettes might be. So while choosing a topic may not be easy, it's really important to choose a good one for a successful essay. We talked a little bit before about the fact that the argumentative or take a stand essay is a little bit different from the essays that we have written previously in the class. So some of the ways that this essay is going to be different, content itself. So an argumentative or take a stand essay contains a central claim, which is your thesis. We've worked on that. But it's going to be backed up by several supporting claims, which are further supported by concrete evidence examples, other people's opinions, statistics, lab tests, etc. This argumentative essay will not only involve sound logical reasoning, but it may include some of the other techniques you've learned and used in other essays. You may use narration, you may use description, you may analyze. One thing to keep in mind is that since you're making an argument on a controversial issue, there's always another side to it, not just your side. So it is vitally important that you address the other side if you want to present a fair and convincing argument. So you have to at least make sure to mention the other side. As far as sources in this essay, I'm going to require you guys to have at least two. It's very important to have your own opinion on a take a stand essay, but it's equally important to have credible sources that back up your opinion. So make sure that you have two credible sources and you make a small works cited page at the end of the essay. So we're going to split this one up like we have for all the other essays. The topic is actually going to be due Monday, this coming Monday, March the 30th. So yesterday I posted a discussion board and I asked you guys to brainstorm. We've done this in class. There are many different ways to do it. You can look in your textbook and find different ways. The one that I've suggested was to set a timer, put your pencil to the page and just write until, you know, the timer goes off, and just kind of see what happens. And sometimes that'll lead you into something you didn't even know that you were going to write about. So do your brainstorm, and then by this coming Monday, March the 30th, I want you guys to have posted your topic on the discussion board thread. And then for this discussion board, you do not have to respond to your peers. I just want you to do your topic. And then you guys can start working on your rough drafts, because that's what will be due next. So for the rough draft, guys, again, you know, I don't expect a whole lot on a rough draft. I want to just make sure that you are working on it, that you guys have, you know, been giving it serious thought, that you've settled on a solid topic, and that you've written at least one page. That's going to be due through email to me by Monday, April the 6th. And again, these due dates are going to be listed underneath your Essay 3 folder in the assignments tab, and also on the announcement that I'm going to post in just a few minutes. And the third thing that's going to come with this essay is our peer review. So this peer review is going to be very similar to what we've done in class. However, I'm going to give you more details later about how we'll be completing this assignment digitally for the first time, because we've been doing it face-to-face, and this will be the first time that we don't do it face-to-face. So this will take place, if you want to mark it down, on Wednesday, April the 8th, which will then give you time to use your peer suggestions and have a final draft ready to submit through Blackboard to me on Friday, April 17th. As far as the formatting goes on this essay, I originally said 5 to 7 pages. I'm going to change it to 4 to 6 pages, simply because of everything that's going on, and I just want you guys to, you know, be able to focus. And if you need the 5 to 7 page length, go for it, that's fine, but I'm only going to require 4 to 6 pages. Any font is okay. I prefer Times New Roman. 12-point font is good. Double space, you guys know that. And then I have on the essay paper how to do the block at the beginning of the essay about, you know, your name, the English class, my name, and then the date. So make sure you look at that document. It has all of the information that I just told you guys, and it has all the due dates, it has all the formatting, it has all the instructions about the content of your paper and how to find a good topic. So just let me know if you have any questions about any of it, and make sure to respond to that discussion board post by Monday. All right, guys, I think that's it for now. I think we've covered everything on my list. If you have any questions about anything, or if you need anything, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm here if you need me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.